let's get to this one right now, yeah?
Go on.
Anthony Yard, Joshua Buatsi, bro.
All right, Trav, you talk to me because you talk to me.
This-
I saw Eddie,
I
not Eddie,
saw a
Frank
Frank.
Warren. The
Let
floor's
me show
yours.
you. Let's
Yeah.
let's do this. Let's do this. The floor is ours, bro. Don't try that. Trick it. So this is what Frank says, yeah? Verbatim.
Let's talk about Joshua Buatsi because he put out some posts and said all I'm waiting for now is an offer from Queensbury, and it tagged yourself and Anthony Yard in that post. So tell me what's going on.
Well, he's had an offer and they've accepted the offer, and that's where we are. And in the meantime, we're trying to sort of deal out with Anthony.
Do you think you and Anthony will reach terms on that fight?
Well, we're dealing with his management, and I hope we do. It's a matter of everybody understanding what they bring to the table. Everybody's got their different views, and I've seen a couple of videos that put out, certainly one put out by Tundi, which I really got pissed off with, and I thought was very disrespectful to everybody he mentioned. And look, they want the fight. It's there to be done. He brings a lot to the table, Anthony Yardy, and I've got to say he's one of my favourite fighters, and I like him, really like him well as a person, and I would do whatever it takes to ensure he wins a world title. I've worked very hard to do that over the years and got him into these positions, and I'll continue to do so. I think it's a disservice to some of the advice that he's getting as to what values are, because sometimes after you've had a couple of warm-up fights, you then got you got to make the fight that matters, and everybody wants to see this fight, and you get to a stage where so you win that fight, you become the number one, you become the mandatory. And what is happening this year, on June the 1st, we've got the unification of 4 belts, and then after that there's going to be another big fight, and they ain't going to be in those fights. Neither Joshua Buatsi, Anthony Yard, or any of those other heavyweights are going to be involved in that fight. So those or fight for those titles. So in the meantime, get yourself into a position where you are going to.
Let's get the last.
People might find this odd that the guy that's not with you has reached terms, but your fight has not reached terms there. So are we miles off with Anthony? Or
I'm not going to get into all the details of it. Enough's been said. I don't like conducting these sort of things, especially with our own guys over things. But what was said by that interview that Spencer Fearon and Tundi did was stupid, plain stupid.
Wow, it's a lot there, bro.
So we gotta unpack it.
Let's
unpack
there's
it.
some discontent. So right now, because we saw that tweet from Buatsi, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now that interpretation for me is Buatsi does not tweet. Mm-hmm. So a tweet from Buatsi can be perceived as this is a Hail Mary. This fight, something is jeopardizing this fight, and this is a Hail Mary. I've got to put pressure on somehow through some other means that are outside of these private moments that we're having. Yeah. Now I saw an interview from Yard, I think it was last week, a quote of an interview where he's basically saying that there's some unrealistic demands being made. We're still going back and forth. Hopefully we can get the fight made and da-da-da-da. So to then see Buatsi's tweet, I'm like, something is gone a bit pear-shaped. Mm-hmm. Now, yeah, I mean, I had my source kind of let me know that a Callum Smith and Yard fight was potentially being discussed. So I'm like, okay, it's interesting. Then this Frank Warren interview drops, and it seems like there's actually an issue because for Buatsi to have agreed to fight and for Yard's side to not have the fight agreed, then that explains Buatsi's tweet.
And then let's not forget, we heard from trainer. We heard from the guy that trains he's fighting Reactpour. Can't remember his name. Wicked trainer, young trainer. Used to fight trainer Coley.
Shane
McQuiggan. Shane said that, yo, listen, Billam versus Reactpour is pretty much done. We're just waiting on Anthony Yard and we're just waiting on Anthony Yard and and Buatsi. They said that one is pretty much we're fighting on the same card, same This is happening in UK. Like He said, and that should be soon. That should be announced soon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For McShane to come out and really speak like that, it's rare. He's not really going to be the kind of guy to do that. So you have to understand. So when he came out and said that, I thought, oh wow, he's not really one to just speak to, you know, he'd be on different shooting at the hip for no reason. This guy just was, you're probably saying it by the by, like, right, yeah, this is almost done, and we're gonna have both of us gonna be on the same card. So we've gone from, well, this fight's happening, it's exciting, to hey, what's going on right now? And now now you can see there's a breakdown in understanding from what do you call it, Yard in terms of the management side. Because when he's saying management, he's talking about Tunde and them, and in it, surely. Yeah, he's saying there's a breakdown in what is realistic, what we want from this thing. You know, and he said they were disrespectful to Saudi. I haven't watched this. I don't even know what was said. So again, this is speculation without seeing the video, right?
Yeah.
But it's, for me, it's like he almost alludes to, he says, look, them fighting these fights of, yes, you can have a warm-up fight here and there, but we have to get out there. So
yeah,
now
because what he's saying is, he goes, in terms of what these guys bring to the table, right now, Boatsi's got the mandatory kind of space. So whilst he doesn't have a belt, the belt's obviously tied up in June. He goes, but then down the line, they're going to scatter. But right now, Boatsi's got that thing. We got to get that off him so that we can be in position to go again for the title. So it's like, the value in terms of just the chess pieces and the direction we're going that way, it's clear that this is now going to be the road where you guys meet.
And what doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? If you just remember, I never forget, we had that Monday Night Smoke explosive episode, fam. They said, we've cornered the cockroach in Peckham. Remember, we said alluding to Boatsi being the roach, and we finally cornered him. Well, a roach can't come looking for you. You know what I mean? A roach calling you out and saying, yo, kill me. It don't work like that. See, he was never that. He was never really, that was a mischaracterization of, and I get it, we're building up a fight, this, that, and the other. But then now, how is it now the roach is saying, yo, what you on? And then you lot are saying, why's the language change? Because everyone wants this to be done by you lot. It don't make no sense. If Frank's saying,
I'm curious,
Warren is saying we should sign the fight. We've given him deals. He signed it. I'm waiting on my team, my group. And he seems miffed. He seems, bro, that video there, seems like one when he's someone saying, he's just like, he's got to sort out how his situation looks. That's what it sounded like. That video was a message directly to Yard to say, bro, sort this out, because I want something for you, but I don't know what's going on. And then advice, like, I don't know. Again, I'm gonna go back to the video.
I would like to see the video that he's referring to on Spencer and Tunde's thing. So, like, what it sounds like to me, let's say if we just process all the information as fact, that Callum Smith fight would have been probably a 5-on-5.
Yeah,
I imagine the money over at that fight on a 5-on-5 is probably dwarfing that Boatsi money by a long way.
Yeah.
So realistically, if you're looking at it in terms of the bag chase, that Boatsi fight ain't going nowhere. And that Boatsi fight may never be worth what this fight could be worth. If it's a 5-on-5 situation. You see what I'm saying? So on that priority front, you just say, well, I'll go get that first and Boatsi later this year. But if there's resistance on that and it's like, that's not feasible, then Frank's looking at it like, mate, that's not on the table, bro. Like, that's that. So it's a lot. It's a lot going on. Because then if Frank is saying to them, you're not going Saudi, bro, then you kind of push back and say, well, why not though? Because that's happening.
My man, you need to be fighting my man. We set this up, bro. You lot know we're always in this direction. We've invited him down to our shows because Boatsi can't just pull up at Queensbury show just because he wants to be there and get the play. Like, we've worked on this. We've had videos. You lot have been on Sky or different platforms talking about fighting each other. You remember that one, the last when
Boatsi was over there
doing the rollout. We've been working towards this. We've been building this fight for such a long time. You can't deviate. Yes, there's plans. Yes, there's a lot going on in Saudi, but that's not your business at the moment. Right now, your main business is this person. This fight matters. This fight has been built up for years. It must happen.
It's an interesting one, man. It's an interesting one because it's like, I don't know, man.
It's not.
I don't know.
I think we you know us. We speculate a lot. Yeah, we need to get into our speculation bag right now because what I heard, if I'm being honest with you, I heard him saying, "Bro, you need to seriously chat and look at your team because they're gonna hurt your situation." That's all I heard. And if I told you that I didn't hear that, I'm a liar, bro. That's honestly what I heard. And he just they need to get it together. They like again, Yard is a great commodity, and even the Tunde relationship with Yard works because it's made him be with the losses. The losses have almost not mattered as much because of how they've pivoted so nicely. But right now, there's an alignment that's off. This is the first time we're seeing it, and it's clear there's alignment off because that interview doesn't happen if there isn't one. Are you with me? So now it's what does Yard do? Like if you're speaking to Yard right now, are you saying, yo, the Callum plans that we had before? Because sources were saying we're fighting Callum. Well, you can't. That's not the true source then, because we're not though, because he's not that man there who's close to the Saudi team and this, that, and the other saying, well, not on my card, they're not. Because I know we're trying to do this. And if they force my hand, you find yourselves in a situation similar to where I imagine, this is and speculating again. Remember what happened with Lyndon? When Lyndon was demands and this, that, and the other, when they was on the build up to Yard, and it was like, hey, operate with me properly, you know. Because this thing here, like,
it's mine.
This is mine. Like, so you don't know how to manage this. And remember, because it was like, oh, we want to fight here. They'll say in all these different places they want to fight. In the end, look what happened.
It happened in East London.
It happened the way it was going to happen. But then in the end, it didn't. Like Lyndon, the only time they called Lyndon again was to get moved to by a Bivol in against the Eddie Hearn fighter. Imagine that. Someone like Lyndon, who Frank would never have sacrificed before. But it's like, yeah, send him for Bivol, fam. Bivol gave him that work in it. Brother, all I'm saying is make good decisions. All you don't need to do is, if I'm them, I'm signing that. I'm signing the Boatsy one, and I'm rolling the dice. If you lot, as you lot said, that he can win, he's better, then beat him. And then this is
that's definitely the fight I want. You know, the Callum Smith one does sound intriguing, but
it's a good fight. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at Callum.
That's definitely I definitely would happily accept that fight if that was just announced. But you know, with the lead up to the Boatsy thing, I'm like, bro, we're here, man.
You've been here for too long.
We're here. We got to get this one done. Get one in now, man. Because you can always revisit a Boatsy fight again. The money that they might have been looking for the Boatsy fight might come in the rematch.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's just almost like you give us the proof of concept that this is going to be an all-right war. Because in our minds, this is what it is.
It's a war. This fight is a good fight. And again, if everyone does their work, it's fantastic. If everyone does their work, this will capture the hearts and the minds. And this is the fight, bro. It's like say no. The Callum's cool. It's cool. Like you might get the boxing hardcore, really interested and stuff. I think this escapes the usual parts of boxing, and it really starts to speak to a bigger majority of just like the crew, everyone. Like, it's like, raw, what is this one? It has real intrigue because you're saying this guy is an undefeated fighter. These two have been destined to meet each other. He hasn't come through the Olympics route, but then one thing we do know was every time he's been challenged or pushed, he's always given a good count of himself. He's always, he's not probably wasn't there for the elite, but then this guy's never attempted to be elite as well. So now these two are meeting to decide who goes back through that elite door. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, whoa, let's do it then. It's the perfect
fight. It's the perfect fight.
Do it. You know what I'm saying? It's mad. So I can understand. The little part of me can understand where the I I can almost get where the Frank Warren frustration's coming from in a bit, but I don't see the paperwork, so I don't know the
What's
behind.
really going on? Yeah, you can never.
While he says that, I still need to see the what do you call it video, because if my fighter can go and make millions, yeah,
I
would
might
like
be
him
pushing
to-
him that way.
I
Yeah,
would like him to. If I'm the person, remember, we have to think of the different relationships everyone has. If my fighter can go and get millions, thank you, baby girl. Yeah, it's cool. Thank you. Oh, you made it. She made my coffee.
oh bless her, man. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. If my
Then let
fighter,
him get me. Yeah. If I look at it selfishly, if I'm looking at it from I'm responsible for this fighter. I'm responsible for them to lead the game with their faculties, this, that, and the other, and get them paid. I'm kind of doing my job by saying, hey, 5v5.
let's go there. Yeah,
I'm kind
no,
of doing my job. But yeah, you can't
100%.
also spite your face.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like either way you get it. It's like we're doing the legacy route or we're doing the cash flow route. But you know, it's that thing of looking at boxing from the eyes of the fans versus the eyes of the boxer in the business.
Yeah.
Because these men are prize fighters.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? These guys are not fighting because they personally hate each other and they've always wanted to beat up this guy. They look at this thing, it's like we organize this thing properly, we can really do well for ourselves. When we, I'm saying? So a lot of factors are at play.
Yeah, but again, can't deviate. If we've been setting something up for a while, you don't deviate from the plan now. That's the other thing. So that's the other argument. So while you are trying to make money for your fighter, if this has been the planned rollout, we're gonna have him here, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this here, we're gonna really ride this crest of this wave and get the roll. Because if right now, if this doesn't work, you've left Boatsy out in the cold, and almost Boatsy will have to not rebuild, but he's left nowhere. He'd have to do something. That's why he's put the tweet out. Are you with me? Because like, well, I'm effed here. There's nothing I can do.
He's really got to force the hand, because where else is there to go? Matchroom will not work with him.
Let's get
that is that. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no Saudi prospects for him. Let's do that. That's a good pivot. Guys, leave your comments. Let us know what you think.